But we needed to see that.
One minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
That was not a smart move, Sigma.
And while we're debating what we're going to do...
I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Let's get beyond the power of a god here.
Lapsum semel occasionum, non ipse potest Jupiter reprehendere.
Round 2
Yeah, betray
of
again
the
would get you the
Ambidex
exact
game
same thing.
has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Luna and I stepped out of our AB room a little later than the others. They were already gathered in front of the projection, awaiting the announcement of the results.
You chose ally, right? Are you sure that was okay?
Yeah, of course. Phi did too.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Oh, it's not confidence. I already know.
What?
Let's just go have a look, shall we? We'll know pretty quick whether I knew anything or not.
Okay, let's go.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
And gee, she betrays us this time! What a shock! That's never happened before.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What the hell, Phi? Why'd you choose betray? You chose ally before.
I see. So you remember it too?
Yeah, it is almost exactly like she remembered it.
The other
It also
round
happened with
two.
Tenmyoji. Twice. What? That wasn't even close to the response I'd expected. It felt anticlimactic. Hey, hold on a minute here. You know. You remember how I chose betray last time in round 2?
Yeah, of course. Why do you think I chose betray this time? Don't you remember what I said? That I'd make you pay?
Yeah, I do remember that. Then this is you making me pay?
Yes.
Wait. Wait! No. That didn't make any sense. Something wasn't right. Someone else has this power! I'm no longer a god! How could we both know about an earlier round 2? How could there have been an earlier round 2? Was it some sort of alternate history? What the hell was I thinking? That was conspiracy theory shit. Even if there was some sort of alternate timeline or universe or whatever, there's no way I could know what happened in it. No way I could know. At least, I didn't think there was any way I could know. But if I could, then how? I remembered Phi choosing Ally, then scowling at me when I broke my promise and swearing revenge.
That was not a smart move, Sigma. I won't forget this. I'll make sure you pay, even if it's the last thing I do.
Why did I know that? Perhaps more importantly, why did Phi remember it? What the hell did any of this mean? It had happened before, hadn't it? During round 1 of the AB game when I was playing against Alice. I'd seen something. Phi and I had chosen Betray, but for some reason I'd seen a reality where we'd chosen Ally instead. Suddenly I realized that I wasn't alone. I looked up to see Luna, Clover, and Kay. They all began to speak at once.
What happened?
Why did you choose Betray, Phi?
Yeah, you're the only one who didn't vote Ally.
Phi looked away and scowled. For several long moments her eyes stared off into the distance, and I could also see her mind working. Finally she sighed and spoke.
Right. Well, I've got 9 points now. So sorry, but I'm out of here.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do I really have to explain it? I'm leaving. Through the number 9 door.
Hey! Wait! I scrambled around in front of her and threw my arms out.
You're in my way. Move.
No! I'm not letting you go. What happened to you? I didn't think you were the kind of person who ditched the rest of us so you could get away.
When someone betrays your trust, feels like a part of you dies. For me, I guess it was the part that cared. I don't think you have even the slightest idea what that feels like.
Betrays your... Wait, are you saying...
Whatever. Just get out of my way.
No, I'm not moving.
I see. Then you leave me no choice.
As she spoke, Phi bent down. Then shot up into the air and over my head. I spun around to see her standing next to the number 9 door, her hand on the lever. You!
Nice try.
She grinned and tightened her grip on the lever.
Plaudite, acta est fabula.
What the hell's that?
It's Latin. Applaud. The play has ended. That's what it means.
Latin?
See you later.
Wait! Stop! I felt myself speaking before I even knew what the words were. Yeah, we have to know this phrase, and the only way to know this phrase is to betray Phi and get her mad enough at us to speak at it. And since I cannot pronounce Latin correctly, not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. What, you don't remember spouting this phrase at us like 3 times in the last timeline? Hello, Blackjack. Are you sure this is how you want it to end? What about the nonary game, Zero, the bombs? We still don't know the truth about any of it. If you leave now, we never will. Is that really what you want?
Fine.
Phi slowly let go of the lever. Achievement unlocked. Why'd you do that, you Dumas? Phew. Look, I'm sorry about betraying you. I'm honestly not sure why I did it.
Forget about it.
I did it so we could progress down this path, that's why.
This time you chose ally and I chose betray. I think we're even.
What are you talking about?
When did you betray her? Are you talking about round 1?
Nope. We are talking about round 1. We're...
Just drop it. There's no point. I doubt they'd understand even if you did tell them.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure the writers just ran that phrase through Google Translate to get Latin, too. I have a funny feeling that is not proper Latin.
Huh? I don't get it.
Well, at least it seems Phi has decided to remain.
You've really changed your mind?
Yeah. I'll stick around a little longer. Like he said, I can't leave until we figured out what's going on.
Oh man, that's a relief.
Why does Phi have robotic legs? Well, we don't even know why Sigma has robotic arms yet.
Please don't scare us like that again.
We got plenty of learning to go.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be
You know,
the
I'm
star
pretty
round.
sure it would make her a better swimmer.
Star keys are required to open the gates. There is no set limit on usage of the star keys. The Ambidex gates can be opened as many times as the players wish to open them.
Yeah, but you can have hollow metal tubes to simulate bones without it being extremely heavy. They could be hollow in metal. As many times as we want, huh? Then that means...
As long as you have the star keys, you can play the AB game as many times as you want.
You probably won't be allowed to play it continuously, however. There's a period of time between when the doors open and when the polling ends.
Based off the last 2 rounds, I think it's about 45 minutes long.
So you can repeat the game once every 45 minutes or so.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Didn't Zero Jr. say something about that?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
How many takes did they use of her voicing this character? Because that's about the 4th different way I've heard her say those 2 lines. And cat is being cat. Oh yeah, what are your bracelets, guys? Looks like I'm a red solo.
I'm a magenta pair. Me too. That means we'll be a team this time. I think we'll do great. Yeah.
Okay, Lucio.
Who's gonna be my partner then? I'm a cyan pair.
They do not appear to be here. I, for instance, am a yellow pair.
Huh? Wait a second. If Luna and Clover are magenta pair, Vi's a cyan pair, and Kay's a yellow pair, who the hell am I supposed to partner up with?
The cyan pair, I imagine.
Phi and her mysterious partner.
How do you figure that?
Sigma, what colors are added together to create cyan?
Green and blue, right?
What color would you get by adding your red to that?
Red, green, and blue would be white.
Exactly.
So you're saying the next set of chromatic doors are going to be white?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I have seen them. After leaving the archives, we found a warehouse very similar to this one. In it was a set of white doors. Well, to be precise, a set of doors which radiated white light.
Gonna be the white light.
Yeah, I saw him too. After we were finished in the garden, we went to the same warehouse he's talking about.
I don't remember enough of that song to sing any of it.
They had the same little lock thingies. I'm 100% sure they're the next chromatic doors.
What about the people back in the infirmary? Do they know about the white doors?
Yes. If we exclude Quark from their number, then I believe they do.
Yes, we must follow the white light.
As far as pairs go, we're missing a cyan and a yellow.
If Sigma's a red solo, then we should have a green solo and a blue solo back in the infirmary.
Well, I'm going back to the infirmary. Kinda worried about Alice and Quark.
I'll go too.
As will I.
Oh, that's right. Wait, guys. There's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
Go on.
I meant to say something earlier, but I guess there was just so much other stuff going on. I looked at Phi. She nodded back. See, the truth is, I'm psychic.
What?
Yeah, it's true, psychic. Yeah.
Oh no!
You found another bomb?
Yeah,
Where?
in the garden.
No, that's not possible. We didn't see anything like that.
Could you have missed it?
No! No way! We checked every part of that room.
There was a number 1. There was a number on this one too. It said 01. Since the one we found in the crew quarters said 03 on it. Well,
You think there might be a third bomb out there somewhere?
I think there's a good chance.
Very well. We should split up and find this other bomb. It could be anywhere.
yeah, I agree.
But even if we do find it, what are we supposed to do?
That is a concern for later. At the moment, our primary concern should be finding it.
We're all probably on an NSA list of some type.
You can't fight an enemy you can't see, after all.
Precisely.
All right, I'll head back to the infirmary and let everybody else know.
Please.
How about we set a time to meet back here, just in case? The time we have left until the chromatic doors open is... Let's see...
Quite a bit, actually.
1 hour and 57 minutes.
I think approximately half of that should be enough. When we have 1 hour remaining, we should meet back at the infirmary. Acceptable?
That sounds good to me.
Right. I'll tell the others too.
Good. Let's go. So these are the white doors that Kay and Clover were talking about. Yeah, there's the lock thing. No question these are chromatic doors, I guess.
So it seems.
Yeah! What? When did you...
I've been here the whole time.
That's creepy. Stop being creepy, Phi. Seriously? I didn't notice you at all.
Oh. I guess your hearing's starting to go. How sad.
Yeah. So, what do you want? Why are you stalking me?
I'm not stalking you. I just followed you here.
That's pretty much the same thing. But how'd you do it? You were totally silent. Are you Batman?
I already told you I'm not. Remember? Back in the AB room when we met?
Yeah, actually. You also jumped super high all the way up to the ceiling.
Right. Aren't you curious about that graffiti?
Graffiti? Oh yeah, that. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Did the kid write that or what?
Why do you say that?
Well, they managed to spell ninth wrong. Who puts an E in there?
You're right.
And again, maybe it means something.
Do you know what it means? The Latin part.
Hey now, give me a little credit. I've only seen it like 12 times by now. I think I've learned what it means. You see it all over the place. Especially here. As far as I know, it translates to something like, be aware of death or remember your mortality. Never forget that we all die someday. I guess it's a sort of cautionary thing.
What about the other part?
It's exactly what it says on the tin, right? Some sort of conditional about lions and suns. Anything come to mind?
No, nothing.
If it meant potato salad, I might be able to get a Kickstarter for it. Just saying.
Nothing at all. What about you?
Me? Huh. Well, let's see. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. I repeated the words over and over in my head, but nothing. Whatever they meant, it was beyond me. But perhaps Phi... Latin.
Huh?
Don't you know Latin? Maybe you can figure more of it out.
Well, I know a little. More than most people, I guess, but I'm not an expert.
And how'd you know that phrase? Elapsum semel occasionum non ipse blah blah blah.
Oh, that. That's from, this.
She unpinned the brooch from her chest as she spoke and held it out to me. I hesitated for a moment, then took it.
Look at the back.
I turned it over. And there is the phrase I can't bother saying. So I guess the I is pronounced like a J in Latin, huh?
Yeah.
What is this?
A memento of my late mother. Well, I guess it's something like a memento.
What does that mean?
She died right after I was born. I was raised by foster parents, and they told me where the brooch had come from. Apparently, it was the only thing my mother had left behind.
What about your father?
Don't have one.
How does part of it just float separately? Magic?
I guess you could say I was a bastard. I never saw his face, and I don't know his name. I don't even know if he's alive.
Oh. I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I just handed her back the brooch.
That phrase got to be almost like a prayer for me. Whenever I had to make a tough decision, I'd say it to myself. Sometimes I'd just repeat it over and over like a chant.
Nolite bastardes carborundum? Something like that? Yeah, I mangle Latin. Worse than I mangle Japanese. And that's impressive. Sometimes I just repeat it over and over like a chant.
Before long, I had it memorized. Got me interested in Latin, and I started studying the language. Elapsum semel occasionum non ipsi protest Jupiter reprehendere. Not even Jupiter can find a lost opportunity. Sounds nice, doesn't it? But it seems kind of funny now. I mean, look at us. We've done what Jupiter can't. We can find our lost opportunities. That's why I followed you here. I thought it would be a good idea to talk to you about all this. Alone.
You know, you could have just said that. Yeah, I agree.
There's something else we need to do too, though.
Find the number 2 bomb.
Exactly. So we should get going. I'm pretty sure the bomb isn't in here. There's nowhere to hide it. So...
You're saying we should go somewhere else?
Yeah. Well, come on, don't just stand there. We need to get a move on.
Without waiting for a reply, she turned and started towards one of the exits. I followed. The archives. Good place to hide a bomb. Now where the hell do we start looking?
I doubt it really matters. If it's here, we'll find it eventually.
So what about the Jupiter stuff?
We can talk while we look. Now get started.
Oh, thank God no lewd jokes from Sigma about swimsuits. Thank God. I turned to a corner of the room and began to look while Fi spoke.
I'll start with a conclusion I've come to. Our consciousnesses seem to be able to jump through time. No, sorry. Through time isn't really accurate. It's more like we move through worlds.
Worlds?
Yes. I don't mean physical planets in this case. Talking about a whole different universe, really. Parallel worlds.
What?
Do you know about the many worlds interpretation?
Well, kind of. I think I've heard of it once or twice.
Oh, well... I'll just explain it. Let's say... I don't care what it is, but could you move?
Yeah?
Scratch your head, cross your arms, put your hands on your hips? Anything?
Sorry, the animators didn't have that in the budget. I had no idea what this was supposed to explain, but I did as she'd asked. So, scratch my head.
You scratched your head just now, right? But you could have chosen to cross your arms or put your hands on your hips. Now, maybe there are other Sigmas in other worlds who did all of those things. All of these worlds and realities are branching off from one another. The choices you could have made branched off from the moment you decided what you were going to do just now. Every moment you make a decision, another universe branches off, on and on into infinity. Each of those branches is an alternate world, a world where a version of you did something different. Haven't you ever thought about what life would have been like if you'd made different choices? What if you'd gone to this high school instead of that one? What if you hadn't started a study group? What if you hadn't told that girl you liked her? What if? What if? But are those what ifs really just what ifs? Or are there other worlds out there where you did those things? Anyway, that's the many worlds interpretation in a nutshell.
Imagine a Zero Escape 4 with that flowchart. You know, in some ways, Zero Time Dilemma's flowchart looks a lot like that.
I've simplified it a lot.
In some ways. Yes, Schrodinger's head scratch. That is what we are dealing with, folks. Schrodinger's head scratching.
Doesn't have to be human actions, though. I just used your actions to make the explanation easier to grasp. The actions of a cat, the flight of a bee, the movement of a microorganism, even fluctuations in air temperature. All these can change history.
Yeah, Chaos Butterfly and all that, we know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on a second here. I'll let microorganisms slide, but there's no way that air is conscious of anything.
Can you say for sure that you are?
What?
All of your actions are caused by the cells in your brain. If we go down a little further, then you could say all of your actions are the result of atoms or electrons, or smaller particles we haven't even discovered yet. Are those atoms and electrons still you making a decision? At that level, how different are you from the air? I'd say not much.
Yeah, I guess if I never wore her black flower, we would die horribly.
Human existence is just one part of reality.
Her picking that flower saved us all. Something like that.
Falling in love is like a tulip blossoming. A tulip blossoming is like a tornado forming in South America. See what I'm saying? The only thing that really matters is the action of the most elementary particles of matter.
Yeah, Sigma, you're dumber than air.
That's where history happens. That's where universes branch out. Hey, you stopped. Are you done with that shelf?
Oh, no, not yet.
Well, keep looking while I talk. How familiar are you with quantum physics? Never mind, don't answer that. I'll try and keep it simple for you. Let's see. Hey, hand me that box, will you?
This one? Sure. I handed the box I'd been examining over to her. She set it down on the desk and opened the top.
Also... Ah, there's a stuffed lion over there. Perfect.
Time to get a more hands-on explanation of Schrodinger's cat.
He's part of Felidae, too.
With that, she grabbed the lion and tossed it unceremoniously into the box. She also took a weight and an ink jar and put them next to the lion.
All right. Everything's ready.
Ready?
Remember that book in the crew quarters about Schrodinger's cat? It relates to all this stuff I've been talking about. Anyway, come look at the box.
What about looking for the...
This'll only take a minute. Now look.
I shrugged and peered into the box.
What do you see?
Well, there's a stuffed lion.
From now on, that's a cat. A living cat. This is important. Got it?
Yeah, it's a cat. Meow.
Oh, man. This again?
Sorry. I can't help it.
I find that hard to believe. Ugh. Fine.
Yeah, screw the bomb. The plush lion is the most important thing here.
Maybe I can just ignore it.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry.
All right. What else do you see?
A weight that's not even a pond, and a jar of ink.
Right. Now the weight is going to be radioactive material, and the jar of ink is full of poisonous gas.
Yes, we have claws for this. What? I'm getting out of here.
Idiot. It's not really full of gas.
See? Dumber than air.
This is just hypothetical. Imagine that it's full of gas. So, what's the weight?
Radioactive material.
And the jar of ink?
It's full of poison gas.
Exactly. Good work. Now, there's one other thing
Just
you need to
in
know
case
about the
this
jar.
was not made abundantly clear, we must label it all. Congratulations, we have just made a political cartoon.
If it's struck by any of the alpha particles the radioactive material emits, it'll break. These particles are emitted randomly, but there's a 50% chance that one of them will come into contact with the jar over the course of an hour. So let's close the lid. And pretend an hour has passed. Here's the question. Is the cat inside of the box alive or dead? You can't open the box to check. And you can't hit the box. Obviously, you can't shake it either. It's also been soundproofed, so the cat could be howling up a storm in there and you'd never know. Basically, you have no idea what's going on inside the box. Do you remember what happens if the alpha particles hit the jar?
Just get me out of here, okay? It breaks, gas fills the box, the cat inhales it, and death will whisk her away.
And what if the jar doesn't break?
The cat lives to tell the tale.
Haha. And what are the chances of either of those things happening?
About 50%.
Uh-huh. So, what's your answer? Is the cat alive or dead?
I can't personally know.
Then guess. It's not hard. Alive or dead?
Yeah. Sigma's puns killed it. The world's a harsh place for a cat. I have a feeline the poor kitty's dead.
Nope. You're wrong.
It's alive?
That's wrong too.
Then what's the right answer?
The answer is that it's in a state where it is neither dead nor alive.
What? How does that make any sense?
It's an extrapolation of something we see at the atomic level. We don't know if an atom is spinning upward or downward until we measure it. Before it's measured, those two possibilities coexist. But as soon as the measurement is taken, obviously, only one possibility is the truth. That's what's happening with the alpha particles. Since we can't know when they were emitted or where, we only know the probability that they'll impact the jar. Because we can't observe anything that's happening in the box, that becomes the entire system. In other words, the box is like the atom. We don't know how the cat's life or death situation has resolved itself until we look at it. Until we do, it's just a bunch of possibilities. Do you get it? If the cat in the box is possibilities...
Then it's both alive and dead.
Right. So, let's open the lid. And when we do, all the possibilities will collapse into a single truth. Meow. What a relief, huh? Looks like the cat's alive. Anyway, that's Schrodinger's cat. The many worlds interpretation is one theory for explaining that weirdness.
So there's another world out there where this cat died.
Yeah, that's the idea. Looks like that cat tick of yours cleared up.
Yeah. Well, your story was pretty insane.
Insane?
You don't think so? Just the idea of something being alive and dead at the same time. Yeah, the plush could have possibly been covered all in ink due to Sigma shaking the box around with the fragile gas, with the fragile glass case that was holding poison gas. Brilliant move shaking that, by the way, Sigma. And if the moment the lid is open determined whether or not the cat's dead, then... it's almost like events in the future can determine the past. I mean, the cat doesn't die when you open the lid, so it must have already been dead.
Exactly. You've experienced it, haven't you?
What on earth are you talking about?
Think back. Remember round 2 of the AB game? When you chose Betray, what was my vote?
Ally.
But what happened this time?
I chose Ally and you chose Betray.
Right. And both times, I put in my vote a full minute before the deadline. When did you push the button?
Right before the deadline.
I see. Well, that makes this a little easier to explain. If you chose Betray, then my vote was Ally.
Nobody really cares about lions actually eating suns. It's just a thing.
If you chose Ally, then my vote was Betray.
Solar-powered cats are a thing. Just look at any cat that finds a sunbeam.
But I made my choices a whole minute before you made yours. Don't you think that's strange? You do see what I'm saying, don't you?
That my choice in the future altered your decision in the past?
Yeah. From your perspective, there's no other way to interpret it.
Or it could be that your decision in the past altered my decision in the future somehow. That would explain why I couldn't explain why I hit betray. Now that I thought about it, round one had been the same. When I chose an ally, Alice had chosen betray. And when I'd chosen betray, she'd done the opposite.
Look at this die. I found it over there. Let me give you one last example.
We do have a bomb to look for, you know. As she spoke, she tossed the die into the box and quickly shut the lid.
Alright. Answer this question. What number is the die on?
And it can be any of them. It's probably 6.
Okay. I'm going to open the lid. Good job. You got it right.
That was just a fluke.
Was it?
Huh?
Let's think about what was going on before I opened the lid. What number was the die on?
6, of course.
Haven't you been paying attention? The die is still a collection of atoms, isn't it? I don't think you can reasonably suggest that it was made of some different kind of matter.
Wait, so you're saying that before you opened the lid, the die was on all of the numbers?
Uh-huh. That's one way to look at it, at least.
And then when you opened the lid, it was just one number.
Or it might have become that number when you declared which one it was.
Eh? Wait, what do you mean?
Your choice in the future has an effect on the past.
Yeah, you can tell. That's crazy.
Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We got a little off topic there, but I think I made my point.
A little?
Reality separates off into an infinite number of branches for each and every possibility. You and I seem to be able to jump from branch to branch. Of course, our bodies aren't doing the jumping. Our consciousnesses just sort of dive into other versions of ourselves in other worlds.
Whoa. Think I get it now. Dumber than air, Sigma. That's him. That's how you knew my name, right? You jumped in from another world. That's how you knew all those other things you shouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's the best I can figure out, at least. Unfortunately, it seems like we don't retain all our memories when we jump.
Oh yeah, Fi's voice actress is really, really good in general. But she does have a few flubs that they did not take care of. I think she has more spoken lines than anyone else, so a few flubs are not completely unexpected, though. You know. Nah, Zero's performance is the best in the cast. Zero's is easily my favorite.
Maybe we only remember particularly important things. I'm not sure how it works. But whatever the reason, it seems to be fairly limited. And often, we don't seem to remember jumping at all. Things will just sort of pop up.
That's why when someone asks how we know X, all we can think of to say is, I just knew.
Yeah.
What's causing this then? I don't remember ever doing this before, so why would it start now?
If we knew that, I don't think we'd be having so much trouble. It's just...
Just what?
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with why we're locked up in here. There's no way this doesn't have something to do with whatever Zero Senior's trying to do.
Bless you, Lorelei. That was a strong sneeze.
Why would he have left that Schrodinger's cat book in the crew quarters?
Huh. You aren't kidding, are you? Maybe this is some sort of huge Schrodinger's cat experiment. And And all 9 of us are locked up inside the box right now.
What if you've got it backwards?
Backwards?
We're outside of the box, and the rest of the world is inside.
Then the moment we step out of this place...
Yeah. We might be determining the history of the world outside.
Does it? I can't see it because of the way I got that. Oh, you just about knocked all the cheers you put in out. Huh. I need to move this so I can actually see that, because I had half of the screen covered up there. I had 1,000 other questions, but before I could open my mouth to ask them.
Oh, good. There you are.
Did something happen?
Yes. We found it.
Found what?
What do you mean, what? What else could we find? The bomb. The other antimatter bomb. The number 2 bomb is in the control room.
Yeah, it wasn't there when we went through earlier. Yeah, I do have to give them credit for actually assembling a pretty solid voice cast. I do have to give them credit for that. Is this it?
Yeah.
This is one of them, all right.
And it's number 2, apparently. Well, at least we found them all now.
No. There could be more. Like Kay said, there might be a number 4 bomb out there.
Or
We
number
have
0
no way to
bomb.
know.
Did you tell anyone else about this, Clover?
Well, not really. But, I wasn't the first person to find it.
Who was?
Kay and Luna. After they found it, they came to the infirmary and told the rest of us.
Who was in the infirmary?
Everyone. Tenmyoji and Dio were there. So were Alice and Quark, of course. Although they were still asleep.
So everyone who wasn't asleep knows about the bomb. I see.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised Wendy Lee will be in DRV3 at all. I am not surprised. She is in everything. Where'd they all go?
Right after we came here to look at the bomb, they all left. They were going to go look for you two. They're the same. Still sleeping. We checked them out just to be sure, but they seemed fine.
What, Alice didn't break out of her anesthetic coma as fast this time? That's good. Vi and I looked at one another and let out a small sigh of relief.
Oh, right. I checked everybody's bracelets when we were in the infirmary. Did you want to know what they were?
It took her only a moment to explain. Alice was a green solo, and Quark was a blue solo. Dio's bracelet made him a yellow pair, and Tenmyoji was a cyan pair. So, what are our options for groups?
The next set of doors to open are going to be the white doors. That means we'll have to mix our colors so that we get white.
Fi laid out what that would mean. Option A, Fi and Tenmyoji would pair with me, Kay and Dio would pair with Quark, Clover and Luna would pair with Alice.
Huh? There's only one option?
Yeah. Any other combinations don't make white.
What about Alice and Quark? Luna said it's going to be a while until they wake up.
We'll just have to carry them. The secondary doors won't open without 3 bracelets. And if we can't open them...
Yeah, we'll get penalized.
Exactly.
Don't worry about Alice. I'm on her team.
Are you saying you can carry her?
Yeah. Well, I can get Luna to help me.
True. I'm sure she'd be happy to help.
What about Quark?
He's on Kay's team. There shouldn't be any issues there.
Well, we still need to figure out what we're going to do about this bomb. Alice said we should be safe as long as it's not triggered with the remote.
Maybe, but we can't just leave them here forever. I mean, if they go off, then everything in like a couple 100 kilometers is gonna get fried.
They could bring in Bryce to do like a cameo or flashback or something like that, just in case they need, you know, specific characters to show up again. You know. Wait, a couple 100 kilometers? What are you talking about? That bomb should only have about as much explosive power as a ton of TNT. Sigma, did you not remember what we learned last time we were in this specific room? Which is nothing to sniff at, but that's nowhere near the kind of yield you're talking about.
It could be. What if these bombs are just like the detonator?
Oh. You mean there might be a bunch more anti-hydrogen around here somewhere? Like where you just explored this room, Sigma? You forgot? I thought you had a good memory. You can remember safe codes, but not this. Yeah, right over there.
The reactor.
Yeah. There is supposed to only be 18 antimatter reactors in the whole world. If that's one of them, then there's a lot of anti-hydrogen.
How much is a lot?
3.5 kilograms.
3.5? That's up 10,000 times more than Alice's 350 milligram.
If there really is that much, and if it does explode,
Then we would be looking at an explosion roughly 10,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
No, that's insane. Can you imagine being the maintenance
Clover, how did
technician
you
for
know
that thing?
know what?
That stuff about antimatter reactors.
Well, that's, during my training, they... my job?
Uh-huh. Ah, of course. I didn't realize waiters these days needed to memorize how many operational antimatter reactors there were worldwide. Or how much fuel each one of those reactors might be storing. You don't work at a cafe, do you?
Did you hear about that from Alice?
Yep.
Oh. Well, she's right then.
And why are you using antimatter reactors at a cafe?
That's, what we call the coffee machines.
What? Are you fucking with me?
I'm telling you the truth. I work at a cafe. It just might, be a kind of fake job to divert attention. I think they call it a cover.
What?
Then what's your real job?
I'm sorry. I really can't tell you anything else.
Why not?
It's classified.
Classified by who?
The government?
The government?
Damn you, government! That's right. Alice said it was her job to eliminate enemies of the state. Or something. So you two do work together.
Oh no! Check your bracelets. How much time do we have left?
What are you talking about?
How long until the doors open? Come on, quickly!
Damn. We were supposed to have met up with 5 minutes ago.
I'm heading back then. Remember, we're supposed to meet at the infirmary.
You know, I don't mind coffee flavor, but I'm not good for... I don't like hot liquids.
You guys hurry back, okay? Bye!
Hey! You haven't... Damn it. It's like an explosion in your mouth. Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, their coffee has a little extra kick to it. Fine. She's right, you know. We need to get going.
Hold on. I need to check something really quick.
What? You know, the funny part is, there is actually a recipe out there for something called
there you are.
nuclear coffee, which is simply coffee made with caffeinated water. I think that one-ups it.
You're late. What were you doing?
Nothing.
When we arrived, everyone else was already back. Quark and Alice hadn't left, of course. They were both sleeping soundly, any traces of the madness we'd seen earlier long gone.
Clover told us. You've seen the bomb in the control room.
Yeah, with our own eyes.
So what the hell should we do? That makes 3 bombs.
Well, we have to do something. They're bombs, for God's sake.
There's a quick and simple solution.
Really?
Remember what Alice said?
There should be an emergency deactivation password.
Need that list back.
If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate. You see it? Right here. There's a port. If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
So, if we have the password, we can deactivate them?
Whoa, hold on a second. That's great and all, but we need that password input device she was talking about. Without that, we're still boned even if we did have the password.
Not a problem. We've resolved that issue.
Huh?
Show them.
I nodded and pulled it out of my pocket.
That was in the safe in the control room.
Exactly. We didn't have any idea what it was at first, but I figured it out. After Clover left, we tested it.
Turned out I was right. It fit perfectly.
Couldn't get it to do anything, though. We plugged in a couple of random characters, but all we got was an error.
Still, I'm sure this is the thing Alice was talking about. We just didn't have the right password.
But why was it in the control room?
Do you think Zero Senior put it here for us?
That would suggest it was also Zero Senior who set up the bombs.
Doesn't that seem odd, though?
Yeah, especially since we know exactly who did it.
Zero Senior wants us to play the nonary game, right? So why would he set bombs?
Maybe he wants to blow this whole place up if someone commits some crazy violation of the rules?
That doesn't make sense. Our bracelets already have poison in them. If someone breaks a rule, all he has to do is activate their bracelet.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, whatever the case is, there's one thing we can be sure of. The person who set these bombs is one of us. Whether or not that person is also Zero Senior isn't particularly relevant at the moment. But what is relevant is that they know the deactivation password. If we can figure out who that person is and question them.
We can get the password and turn the bombs off.
Exactly. That would be my quick and easy method. So fess up. Which one of you set the bombs? Not that I expect you to do that. So, we're going to be checking everyone.
Checking us?
Yes. Once they're set, the bombs are controlled by a remote. It stands to reason that whoever set them has that remote.
That actually is a good point. A reasonable motive for Zero to plant all these bombs. Once the game's over, blow up the place, get rid of all the evidence. However, we know that, we know who set it up, and we know that person is more than likely not Zero.
So you're gonna search us for it?
Yes. But no buts. If you refuse, that implicates you. Do what I say and you'll be fine, assuming you are actually innocent. Understand? No reason to wait. Let's get started. Anyone want to volunteer to go first? No? Alright. Let's see.
Wait.
Huh?
You only need to search one person.
What? Why?
Because I figured out who did it. I know who did it. The words were out of my mouth before I'd even realized I was saying them.
How can you...
Fi, did we not just have this long freaking discussion about alternate timelines and jumping consciousness back and forth?
There's no way.
Yeah. I met Fi's gaze and nodded, then turned away. I know who set the bombs. That person. Get ready for a take that moment. Is you, Dio.
Come on, what is this? Are you high?
Achievement unlocked. Who set up us the bomb, part A. Well, we're about to find out. Sorry, Kay, but could you hold him down?
Well...
It's on him, I promise.
Knock it off, Sigma. You're doing this all backwards.
So, this isn't a court. Besides, all we want is to know who set the bombs.
Ugh.
And why are you getting so worked up anyway? If you're innocent, then a search will show that, and I'll look like an idiot.
Nice try, but that's some bullshit totalitarian logic.
Besides, you
I
look
don't
like an
think
idiot
so.
anyway.
What are you even basing this on? How do you know I set the bombs?
Because...
Just spit it out.
I know about the Myrmidons.
The Mirma... what?
I beg your pardon?
No. How do you know that, Sigma?
Oh, that's not all I know. I know about Breathed Soul, and I know about Brother.
What the hell are you talking?
I can tell you the details later. But there's no question that you were the one who set up the bombs.
Who the fuck do you think you are? None of that has anything to do with me. I don't know who the Myrmidons are. And I don't know what Free the Soul is, and I certainly don't know anything about some old fart called Brother.
Okay. Oh, Dio, tell me, how does that foot taste? Who the Myrmidons are? I don't recall saying the Myrmidons were people. And what about Brother? How would you know his age if I hadn't said anything besides his name?
Wait, so... he's left? But that means he's a terrorist!
Well, he ain't right.
A terrorist?
How many times we made that joke now?
Oh dear.
Left?
You thought it was Zero all along, but it was me, Dio! There we go.
Well, looks like I won't be able to talk my way out of this one. Seriously, though, when did we get so famous? The Myrmidons aren't supposed to be something anybody knows about, let alone YouTube jokers. Okay, you got me. Yes, I'm the leader of the Myrmidons. My real name is Left. I was sent here to stop Zero Senior's AB plan. That's why I planted the bombs. If it looked like the plan might actually succeed, I was supposed to blow this whole place sky high.
AB plan?
What's that?
Oh, well, looks like you don't know everything after all. I should have been more careful. Then again, it's not like it really matters. After all, you're gonna die here.
What?
God damn it, no. I leapt toward him.
Whoa there. Better not come any closer. You think I'm not prepared for this? Take one step and it'll be your last.
Then, that thing you're holding.
It's the detonator.
Yeah, I guess it is. Now back the fuck off!
Dio, please, calm down. If you press that button, you'll die too.
So? Believe me, there's plenty more where this came from.
What?
Now that we've cleared that up, back off! Come on, move it! Go, go, go!
And we've seen this before. We had no choice. Slowly, carefully, we backed away. All of us, except for one. Tenmyoji, who's going to do something stupid again.
Hey, Grandpa. Your hearing gone? I said back off.
No.
You... I'm not screwing around here.
I can see that. So why don't you do it? Go ahead. Press that button.
What?
Tenmyoji!
Something wrong? Hurry it up. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, do I sense hesitation? What's the matter, Dio? Scared?
You need to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya?
Well?
You son of a bitch.
So you were just bluffing?
I'm not bluffing, goddammit. You hear me? I'll do it.
Oh, I'm sure you will. But there's really something I should tell you. See that detonator you're holding? It's a fake.
What?
For just an instant, Dio's eyes twitched down to the device in his hand. That was all the opening Tenmyoji needed.
Yeah!
He cried out as he leapt through the air. Tenmyoji's leg shot out, knocking the detonator from Dio's hand. Shit! Not good!
What happened?
The detonator. He doesn't have it anymore.
What?
What's happening? There's a red light on it now.
Oh, you really fucked up, Tenmyoji. This is what happens when you try to show off.
What?
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I didn't have time to tell you how it worked.
What are you saying?
The detonator isn't supposed to be separated from Dio. If it is, then the timer on the bombs automatically activates.
Damn. How much do you know? Fine, whatever. Well, he's right. If that thing ever gets more than a meter away from me, it activates. When it does, it starts the timers on all the bombs. So thanks to this old fart, you get to try and defuse a bunch of activated bombs on a countdown. You can go ahead and destroy the detonator if you want. Once the timers have been activated, they'll go off anyway.
How long do we have? When do they explode?
You should know, Sigma. Why don't you tell her?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's crazy!
Yeah.
How do we stop them?
The emergency deactivation passwords.
None of us know them, though.
Right. None of us know. But there's someone who does, isn't there?
What, hoping I might spill the beans? Nice try. Unless one of you is secretly a medium, I think you're shit out of luck.
Well, none of us are actually well done. We definitely ain't rare.
Wait, a medium?
Well, I'm out. Peace.
Wait! Stop! I threw myself towards Dio and wrapped my hand around his wrist, slamming it to the floor. He struggled, but I put all my weight on it and kept his arm pinned.
Shit! Let go of me, goddammit! Get off of me! Let me go!
He continued to struggle, but I wasn't going to let him go. Could you at least knock the hat off his head? Maybe that'll help. I shifted my weight to free one of my hands and started trying to pry his open.
Hey! Hey! I'm not fucking around, alright? Let go of my goddamn arm!
By then, the others had run over and piled on Dio along with me. Even then, he refused to stop. With increasing desperation, he tried to get the hand I had grabbed to his mouth.
We don't have a choice. Luna, go get the soparil.
No! If we put him to sleep, then we can't get what we need out of him.
You think I don't know that? What other choice do we have? Every minute we spend wrestling this prick is a minute we don't have to deal with those bombs. We don't have time for this.
Shit.
What are you doing, Luna? Go!
Right. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready when you are.
You can do whatever you want to me, you fucking cowards! You're still gonna die! Go ahead, tell yourselves you can fix it. Run around like idiots before you get blown to atoms. Serves you fucking right! You're gonna burn!
Oh, for God's sake! Luna, shut him up!
Right. Here goes.
As I began to climb off of him, I finally pried Dio's hand open. There it was, just like what I expected. A small, unassuming capsule. I didn't know what was in it exactly, but it was undoubtedly some type of poison. I stumbled towards the sink and tossed it in the drain. How much time do we have left?
25 minutes or so, I believe.
And how much time until the white doors open?
The same.
So, what do we do?
We put in the password and stop the bombs.
We searched Dio, but he doesn't have a note or anything with the codes on it.
Well, only one option left then.
Yeah, and that is?
Intuition. We trust our hunches.
That's... Are you suggesting we just... guess?
You have a better idea?
Well, no, but...
Wait. There's another way.
What is it?
Before I can tell you, everyone has to promise to do exactly as I say. No questions.
Fine, but if you ask us to pat our head and rub our stomachs at the same time, I'm leaving.
What's your answer? Good. First of all, Sigma, you're coming with me.
Right. But he's only willing to die for the mission because there are more of him. That's it.
The rest of you, listen up. I want you to take Alice, Quark, and Dio to the Floor B warehouse.
Huh?
Why?
Didn't I say no questions? Good. That's it, we're done.
That's... it?
Is there a problem? I seem to recall you promised to do exactly what I told you to do. Okay, we don't have much time left. Now get moving. Sigma, you're with me.
Phi turned without waiting and headed for the door. Yeah, time to actually go be useful. Before I could blink, she was gone. I gave everyone else the infirmary-equipped thumbs up and a shaky smile. Take care of these guys, okay? We'll see you back on floor B before you know it. So, just trust us, alright? Good? I couldn't think of anything else to say. I turned and ran after Phi. Okay, so what do we do?
Get the input device ready.
Alright, done. All hooked up and everything.
How many minutes do we have left?
Well, they'll go off when doors open, so... 21 minutes.
That means we have 7 minutes per bomb. That includes travel time, though.
Bomb number 2 is in the control room on floor B. And bomb Bomb number 1 is also on floor B with the garden. So, just need to hurry, right?
Yeah.
So what are we supposed to do? I mean, you do have some sort of plan, right?
Well, it's not like I don't have one.
Then stop being so mysterious and tell me. What the hell am I supposed to do?
You need to make a jump.
Jump?
Yeah. To another world. Another history.
I can't.
You didn't just guess that Dio set the bombs, did you? You knew it. Because you remembered it happening in another history, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but that's... I mean...
You just have to do that again.
So you're saying I need to go to another history and get the password out of Dio somehow?
Doesn't have to be another one. It could be this one. Just go back to the past and question him. Then again, if you do that, you might end up changing things so you don't end up here. That would mean you couldn't deactivate the bombs in this history. So you have to come back to this exact moment, or...
Damn it! This is so confusing.
Well, don't think about it then. We don't have time anyway. Just jump!
Okay. I get it. See you later then. Are you insane? You're talking about transporting myself across space and time! Also, why should I have to do everything? Can't you jump too?
My jumps happen suddenly, out of the blue. I can't control them.
Neither can I. Except I can.
That's a problem. Alright, consider this. Maybe we've already jumped from another history to this one, but our memories of that history got damaged or something. We forgot most of what happened in that other timeline. If we can remember even a little bit, though. Anyway, it's just a hypothesis.
Are you saying I might know it already? And I just have to try and remember it?
Yeah.
So this is one hell of a way to work the game mechanics, the whole save, load, jump mechanics into this plot line.
I feel like we know. So? Anything? We need the bomb password. Do you remember hearing it in another timeline?
I stared down at the input device. Password. The bomb password. Actually, I did remember it. I had heard it. So, we get essentially one shot at this, really. At least I recall only really getting to enter one password before it goes, oh, I guess we're not good enough, and game over.
Good job. It worked.
Phew. I sighed and wiped what felt like a bucket's worth of sweat from my forehead.
So, you knew the password after all. Interesting.
Yeah, but I don't remember I don't remember which bombs it takes to fail at.
You heard it in another history?
Yeah.
Just what happened in that other timeline? Never mind. We don't have time for that. How much longer?
Is it 3 and 2 that give you the interesting cutscenes? I can't remember. 18 minutes.
Good. We've still got time. Come on, let's go.
Oh, since I already just solved 3,
We've still
we
got
missed
2
that.
more. The number 2 bomb is next on the list.
So we're heading to the control room.
Right. No time to waste. Oh, and don't forget the input device.
And then she was gone. I hurriedly disconnected the device from the bomb and chased after her. so much traveling.
You got it?
Yeah, right here.
Hook it up.
Right. Done.
Okay. Hurry it up. Plug in the password.
Done. Hey! What the hell?
Calm down. You probably just typed it in wrong.
No, no way. I'm sure I did it right.
Try it again.
Yeah, nothing. That password's no good.
Then it's different. All 3 bombs use different passwords.
Yeah, looks like it.
Shit!
Vi slammed her foot against the locker, her face uncharacteristically twisted by anger and frustration.
This is bad. What the hell are we gonna do? Try and remember it. Did you see or hear anything in another history that could be a password? A different password?
You mean like a different history from the other one I remember?
Yeah. You figured it out there. You just can't remember it very well right now. Remember what happened with the last bomb? This one is just like that.
Another history. Another history. The password. Do I know what it is? Can I remember it? I have to. And this is the most recent one we got. And just in case... Okay, so it does let you plug in more than one password. Okay. Well, let's say we didn't know. Let's see that cutscene. I tried over and over, but it was no good. Each guess was wrong. No matter how I strained my memory, I couldn't remember even a letter of the bomb's password. Had I even seen or heard it anywhere in the first place? I'd seen other histories, but had I seen what I needed? If I hadn't, then it was all over. If I couldn't control my jumps, then what good were they?
Sigma, just let it go. Our time's up. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You knew we were about to die, but you still stuck with me. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. You're a good person. There's one more thing. I'm glad I met you. The moment I saw you, you seemed familiar. Anyway, thanks. It looks like our time's almost up. Hopefully the others will make it. There isn't much hope for us, though. I think this is...
Don't you dare say goodbye.
What?
We'll meet again, somewhere, some when. I guarantee it. We can jump through parallel worlds. We can change history. You see? This won't end here. I won't let it. This is just the beginning.
Sigma.
The end is the beginning is the end is the beginning. Suddenly, I felt Fi's face against my chest. I put my arms around her and held tight. Then... everything went dark. When I came to, I was floating in a field of nothingness. And the fact that his consciousness can keep jumping around explains kind of what he means by he was floating in a field of nothingness. Because literally he was, you know, his body died, but his consciousness lived on. So now that we did that, so almost couldn't read my handwriting there.
Damn, this is crazy. So you did know it.
Yeah, guess so.
Well, don't scare me like that, alright?
Come on, it's not like I was hiding it. I just couldn't remember it at first. Then it just kind of floated up. Right on the piece of paper in front of me. Or maybe it drifted down.
Whatever. The point is, we disarmed the thing. Amazing.
You sure don't sound very amazed.
Okay. That just leaves us with the last bomb. It's in
the garden.
Right. Let's go take care of it while you're on a roll with these things.
You make it sound so easy.
Well, don't just stand there. Let's go!
She spun around and was gone. I gripped the input device tightly and headed off after her.
Finally. The last one.
Yeah.
How many minutes left?
Less than 10?
It's okay. We can still make it. Just stay calm, alright? You have the input device?
Nope, we gotta go back for it. Yeah. There we go, connected.
Okay, go.
Go.
We've done this twice already. Do you really need a third pep talk?
You want me to remember another password, right?
Exactly. What else would I be talking about?
But
Don't sweat it. You did great the last 2 times. I'm sure this one will be a cakewalk. 3rd time's the charm, right?
that's not really how that's used. I'm just worried that lightning's not going to strike twice or thrice in this case, I guess.
No, I think mine still works. There's nothing to suggest the 1st and 2nd times aren't charmed too.
I guess so.
Whatever. Just do it. You're the only person who can.
What about you? You can jump to other worlds too, right?
Yeah, but I can't remember things as well as you, alright? I'm doing the best I can, but either I haven't seen the stuff you have, or I just can't remember it. Maybe we've been going to different worlds. Anyway.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot.
I'm counting on you.
The password. The password. The password. Remember the 5th of November, Sigma. Come on, lightning can strike twice. Or even 3 times. You can do it. You did it before. You did it twice before. This is nothing. You're a champion. Come on, Sigma. You can do this. Pull open the door to your memories. Oh god, that's not what I wanted to see first. Hey, the writing for this game has not been good in any other aspect, really, except for Zero the Third. Why would you think his self-pep talk would be any better? Suck on that, Dio, you arrogant... Feels good. I haven't felt this satisfied in ages. It's like my whole brain is just swimming in endorphins. I feel like it's just going to melt and dribble out of my ears. I'm pretty sure your brain did that long ago, Sigma. This is, without a doubt, what heaven feels like. Honestly, I feel like I could fly right now. Hell, I almost wish there was another bomb so I could feel this again. And the monkey's paw curls a finger. Isn't this great? Bye. Please don't make me ironically regret everything I just said. Hey, what's going on? You're really harshing the vibe here. Would it really kill you to smile? You just saved everybody. Oh, also not that I need or anything, but it sure would be nice to get a thank you or something. Oh, thank you, Sigma. You're the greatest. You're so awesome. I'll dress up in that swimsuit for you, just like I promised. I mean, just the swimsuit thing would be fine, really, but you're really gonna regret saying that at some point. I guarantee it. Are you even listening to me?
I am. You said you wished there was another bomb, right?
Well, I mean, I don't really...
I hope you're happy. You're going to get your wish.
What?
I remembered something too. Just a glimpse. We must have confronted Dio about the bombs. I'm not sure how, but we got him to tell us about them.
Exactly. I've planted 4 bombs. They're the ones numbered 1, 2, and 3. But there's also one more. Bomb number 0.
I felt a cold shiver run down my spine. Suddenly, I remembered it too. I'd heard Dio say those very words in the Floor B warehouse. No. No way.
Looks like you remember it too.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
Shit. We've only got 4 minutes.
Well, hurry up. We need to get to the 0 bomb.
Right. I yanked the input device out of the bomb and returned to chase after. What are you just standing there for? Go! Show me where the bomb is.
What? Are you telling me you don't know where it is? You have got to be kidding me.
How the hell would I know where the bomb is? Oh shit. You don't know. She bit her lip and nodded. Damn it! What the hell are we supposed to do now? We can't deactivate the bomb if we don't know where the bomb is.
Calm down. Just calm down. You need to think, Sigma. There has to be a clue somewhere. Pretend you're Dio. You need to hide the bomb.
Yeah, and this is another story lock, by the way. If you hadn't seen the whole bit with the where they moved one of the AB rooms earlier in the game, this would be locked off to you.
Where would you hide something important?
Hide something important.
Right.
Hide. If I was Dio, where would I hide? Ah! Because we remember where Dio hid the knife originally.
Sigma, wait! Where are you going?
Don't follow me! Go find the others!
Idiot! Do you really think I'd do that?
I could hear her following me, but there was no time to argue. Instead, I focused on my goal. There was still time.
Here?
Yeah. Should be between these AB rooms. Good. I was right. An achievement unlocked. Some days, you just can't get rid of a bomb. I was kind of wanting to run into this last week for obvious reasons, but, you know, sadly. Rip Adam West. How much time do we have left?
About a minute.
Shit!
Hurry!
I'm hurrying as fast as I can! The input device was plugged in. I was ready to go. Now, I just had to enter the password. But, what was the password? The very first password we learned way back in the beginning. I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd already used up my third time charm. Still, I had to try. I shook my head and concentrated. And... did I write it down wrong? I believe I did write it down wrong. Oh well. That's the one you only get one chance on. Yeah, I reversed the D and the Q. There's a reason I know why that too. Because these actually do spell out phrases, if you know how to read them.
Here?
That's what I get for recopying it down onto a fresh sheet of paper. It stopped.
Yeah.
Fi and I crumpled to the ground. The adrenaline that had sustained us suddenly gone.
How did you know it was here? Did you see it in another history?
It's hard to explain. The short version is that Theo hid something here in another timeline. I guess maybe he put the bomb here too.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
Well, you did it. So, thanks.
Oh, I don't need any thanks.
Just what?
About that swimsuit you promised.
What? What on earth are you talking about?
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
This is bad. The white doors have opened. We need to hurry. Everyone else is waiting for us in the Floor B warehouse.
What about the swimsuit?
What the hell are you going on about? Just go!
Before I could protest, she turned and ran towards the magenta door. I sighed and headed off after her. I ran into the warehouse to find everyone else is already there. They'd done as Vi asked, and brought the 3 unconscious members of our party back to the doors. Vi and I shared a quick glance, then headed over towards them.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're safe.
So, did you disable the bombs?
Yeah. I could have done it in my sheet.
Don't you mean in your sleep?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Good job, you guys.
No need to thank me. Although, I mean, if you insist, I'm going to be a pervert.
What? Huh?
You're disgusting.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
We need to hurry.
Everybody know who's in their group?
Yeah, I'm set.
All right, then let's move.
At Tenmyoji's command, we broke off into our teams. Kay carried Quark on his back and dragged Dio along the floor and through the white door on the left. Clover and Luna carried Alice through the door on the right. And Tenmyoji, Phi, and myself ran through the center door.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Oh god, we've gone entirely into the white light. What the hell? There's nothing here.
Well, there are doors. The one we came in. And that one, which I'm assuming is the exit.
Yep, figures. Won't budge.
The plaque on the door just said Q.
Q? What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Really? Now someone's just being a smartass.
Huh?
Nothing. Maybe the Q is for question.
Huh. Well, I guess it's a very questionable room.
If there was a deck of cards here, maybe the Q would be for Queen.
That's a quality guess right there.
Right. Well, we need to get out of here. Let's find a way to get the door open.
We also need to find the star keys. I've got enough BP to open the door, but you guys need to play the AB game some more.
Yeah.
We still need a few more points.
If we can get those star keys, we should be able to play the AB game as many times as we need to. So...
It's just a matter of time until we get the points we need.
Right.
Well, let's get started then.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, then everyone knocks Sigma out and they all go through the 9 door without him. Again. So we got a room here with now made up of a bunch of white tiles and a floating cube in the middle of said white tiles. Yeah, it's a training room in Street Fighter. That's exactly it. Akuma's gonna pop out and kill us all. But on that note, I need to take a real quick break. I will be right back.